Hello everyone, and welcome to the Blyvale podcast, Global Connections with eSIM and SIM cards. Today, we'll guide you through Escape Roaming Nightmares, your guide to unlimited eSIM freedom abroad. Stay tuned to discover how to stay connected and worry-free while traveling.
Have you ever landed in a new country all excited, and then you get hit by that familiar dread?
Oh, yeah.
You pull out your phone, maybe try to send a quick "I'm here" message or look up the hotel, and bam, the fear sets in, that huge roaming bill looming over you. Or maybe you're already caught scrambling for a fix.
Happens all the time.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into some actual practical solutions for staying connected when you travel internationally, especially, when things don't go quite as planned.
Right.
And a big piece of this puzzle is something called an eSIM. Basically, think of it like a digital SIM card. It's already in your phone.
Built right in, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it lets you switch plans easily without fiddling with those tiny plastic things.
Super convenient.
So our insights today are pulled from this really interesting article. It's called eSIM for Egypt. The story of a customer who saved on roaming costs. It was on the Blyvale blog.
A very practical piece.
Yeah. And our mission here, we're going to use this real customer story to unpack, the common headaches with staying connected abroad. We'll look at this powerful digital alternative, the eSIM, and hopefully equip you with what you need to travel with, real freedom.
Not 1080, yeah.
No more being tethered by bad connection or fear of costs. Okay, let's dive into this story.
Okay, so the article starts us off right in the middle of it. A traveler in Egypt. Let's call him Alex.
Okay, Alex in Egypt.
Now, Alex wasn't new to this. He'd actually used international eSIMs before.
Yeah.
Which is, pretty smart.
Right. He knew the ropes, kinda.
Sort of. But this time, for whatever reason, he decided to just rely on his regular home SIM card for roaming. Maybe he thought it'd be easier this time.
I can totally picture that moment, that sinking feeling. I've done that hunting for Wi-Fi, watching the data symbol like a hawk. So what happened to Alex? What was the damage?
Well, the damage was pretty immediate. He found out pretty painfully that this choice led straight to very high costs. We're talking a considerable bill from his phone company, like right away.
Ouch.
But the real problem, the thing that made it urgent, wasn't just the cost. He was stuck in Egypt for another 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
And this wasn't just vacation. He absolutely had to maintain constant contact with his company, family, colleagues, clients, you name it.
So high stakes.
Very high stakes. He wasn't just scrolling social media. He needed, and the article says, a lot of data without limitations. And crucially, he needed a fix now, an immediate solution.
Wow, okay. So big bill hitting, needs constant unlimited data, stuck there for days. What was the lifeline? What could possibly solve that kind of problem so quickly?
Well, the recommendation that came through was very specific. The eSIM for Africa Unlimited, TW, 5 days.
Africa Unlimited, TW. What's the TW?
I believe that often refers to the travel-wide series, meaning broader coverage. But the key thing is, this specific eSIM included Egypt. And the absolute game changer for Alex's situation was its promise of unlimited data for the full 5 days he needed.
Unlimited, that's the magic word right there.
Exactly. The article calls it ideal for those traveling for work or needing a stable and fast connection. Or, frankly, anyone who just wants to stop worrying about data caps.
Okay, unlimited data for a fixed time abroad. Yeah, that sounds like freedom, especially if you've ever tried to, ration your gigabytes overseas.
Definitely.
But, sometimes new tech sounds great, but then it's a nightmare to set up. Was it actually easy for Alex to get this eSIM going? Or were there hoops to jump through?
That's a fair question, but honestly, the beauty of it seems to be the simplicity. The source calls it quick and easy procedure.
Okay.
After buying it, boom, a QR code via email, instantly.
Right, those square barcode things.
Yep, and here's the really convenient part. You don't need a separate mobile connection to activate it, just a temporary connection. Even the hotel's Wi-Fi is enough.
So you don't need to be connected to get connected. That's smart.
Exactly. No hunting for a local SIM shop while you're already stressed.
No.
Then the final steps, super simple. Scan the QR code with your phone's camera.
Okay.
Turn your smartphone off, and then on again. Just a quick reboot.
And that's it?
That's it. The article says the connection is immediately available and ready to use. Almost like flipping a switch.
Huh. That does sound really straightforward, almost. Too easy. Is there a catch? Like something people usually mess up?
Honestly, Based on the article, the biggest potential catch is probably just remembering that restart step.
Just turning it off and on again.
Pretty much, yeah. Most modern phones handle eSIM smoothly now, and the QR code skips a lot of the usual setup hassle. It seems designed specifically so you don't need to be a tech expert. The goal is immediate connection, not, hours of troubleshooting.
Okay, that's a huge plus for any traveler. Peace of mind. But, all right, easy setup is one thing. Did it actually work under pressure? Alex needed a lot of data, right? How did it perform for him, especially right after activating?
Well, it definitely delivered. The results were quite impressive, actually. In just the first few hours after getting it working, Alex burned through almost 2 gigabytes of data without interruption.
Whoa, 2 gigs in a few hours.
Yep, the specific number mentioned is 1965.98 megabytes, so nearly 2 gigabit. Think about what that means. Heavy video calls, maybe large file transfers for work, nonstop map usage.
Yeah, that's serious usage. It shows the connection was stable and fast.
Exactly. And importantly for anyone listening, the source makes a point to say that the hotspot or tethering function, sharing your connection with a laptop or another device.
Right, critical for work sometimes.
Totally. That's fully supported with this eSIM. Gives you a lot of flexibility.
Okay, so Alex's story is pretty compelling, but stepping back, what are the bigger advantages here? Why should you, listening now, really think about an international eSIM over just sticking with your home plan's roaming, or even trying to hunt down a local SIM?
That's really the core question, isn't it? And the article lays out a strong case. I think the key insight isn't just, eSIMs save money, although they do.
Right. Cost is a big factor.
It is, but it's more fundamental. It's about shifting the risk.
Yeah.
With roaming, you're always kind of guessing, watching your usage, dreading that potential bill.
Yeah, the data anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah.
An eSIM, especially an unlimited one for a set period, gives you a predictable cost. It just takes connectivity off the table as a source of stress. You're buying peace of mind, really.
That makes sense. Predictability is huge when traveling.
For sure. And beyond that, the article lists the clear benefits.
Yeah.
Significant savings compared to traditional roaming costs. That's number one.
Okay.
Then, instant activation, no need to waste time finding shops, unlimited data for the duration of your stay. That's the big one for many.
Definitely.
Which leads to no surprises on your bill when you return. Huge relief. Plus, the ability to use hotspot and tethering at no additional cost.
Which we just talked about, yeah.
And finally, this specific one had broad coverage extended to Egypt and many other African countries. So it's a pretty comprehensive package.
That no surprises element is really appealing, but, there's still that common wisdom, right? Just grab a local SIM when you land. It's always cheaper.
Ah, yes, the local SIM temptation.
Yeah. The article really digs into why that cheaper option can actually become a massive headache, a real logistical nightmare sometimes. What are those hidden traps?
Right, this is crucial. Because on paper, a local SIM might look cheaper up front. But the real cost often comes in, time, stress, and sometimes just getting ripped off.
Okay, how so?
Well, picture it. You just landed, you're tired, maybe navigating a busy market in Egypt like the article implies. First off, language barriers. Suddenly, trying to buy a simple SIM becomes really complicated.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that confusion opens the door to potential scams. The article mentions SIM cards that are already registered to someone else, or maybe they have way less credit on them than you paid for.
Oh, that's sneaky.
It happens. Then there's the setup. You might get instructions only in Arabic, making it really difficult to figure out. You could waste precious hours of your trip just trying to get online.
Frustrating.
And don't forget, inflated prices for tourists, especially right at the airport or tourist hubs where they know you're kind of stuck.
Right, the tourist tax.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And finally, sometimes there are bureaucratic procedures. You might need your passport, fill out forms, wait in line. It all eats into your actual travel time. So all these little things add up, making that supposedly cheap local SIM potentially way more expensive when you factor in the hassle and risk.
Wow. Yeah, when you lay it out like that, those unexpected hurdles really change the calculation. That cheap option becomes a gamble.
Exactly. A gamble with your time and your sanity sometimes.
So bringing it all together, what's the main message for our listeners from this whole deep dive? How can this knowledge really empower their travels?
I think the core message is pretty straightforward. Don't let roaming ruin your travel experience. It sounds simple, but it's key.
Right. Focus on the trip, not the phone bill.
Precisely. Whether you're in the planning stages now, or maybe you're listening to this while abroad and facing connection issues like Alex was.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But if you are, solutions like this eSIM for Africa Unlimited, TW, are presented as reliable, fast, and unlimited. It's a solid option.
And the company behind it, Beelier?
Yeah, the article mentions their broader goal is offering unlimited data plans with free roaming anywhere. No hidden costs. The idea is to let you explore the world with freedom and spontaneity. Focus on the discovery, not the data meter.
Makes sense. And is there support if people need help?
Yep, they mentioned 2-by-the-way-to WhatsApp support, the numbers in the article, but it's +34 634 625 for anyone needing more info or help getting set up.
Okay, good to know. So let's recap that kind of aha moment here. It seems like just making a conscious choice, shifting away from default roaming or taking a chance on local SIMs.
Right.
And instead opting for something like an international eSIM, especially an unlimited one, can completely change the game. It turns connectivity from a potential travel nightmare into something seamless. Unlimited freedom, basically.
Yes, seamless is a good word for it. And thinking bigger picture, what this really means is that when you're informed about these kinds of options, you're free to actually enjoy the trip. You can focus on, seeing the sights, doing your work efficiently if you need to, and importantly, staying connected with people back home without that constant low-level anxiety about cost or connection quality. It enables that spontaneity we talked about.
Yeah, it just removes a layer of friction from the whole travel experience.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for you listening? If technology like eSIMs can solve these complex travel problems elegantly, maybe it's worth asking, what other parts of your life, your work, your routines could be simplified or improved by really understanding and maybe adopting some of these emerging digital tools? Something to think about for your next adventure, maybe even before you leave.
We've reached the end of our podcast episode on Escape Roaming Nightmares, your guide to unlimited eSIM freedom abroad. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and visit blivale.com for more tips and solutions. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.